Hey yo, hope you're ready, hope you're pumped up for the week, cause I know we are. It's a new week, and it's our favorite day of the month. It's a Monday. It's a Monday, and we're coming at your screens on the YouTube, man. This is Non-Wealth, Lebu, and this is Nell, coming to you, talking about deliberate action, taking deliberate action. Man, this is what sets dreamerpreneurs from entrepreneurs to workerpreneurs apart, man. Deliberate action. Stay tuned. Yeah. Hope you liked, shared, subscribed, and also invite your friends, guys. Let's not be greedy with that information. I mean, we're almost about to reach 200 friends. That's 200 likes, right? Right? That's a family of 200 people, man. Thank you for your support. What is deliberate action? When you're thinking about deliberate action, what comes to play? Okay, when you're talking about deliberate action, right, what comes to mind is that when one actually takes steps which are planned, which are timely, which are smart rather, right? We all know of the SMART acronym, right? If you don't, just check it out, the SMART acronym. So now, I think taking deliberate action is actually being able to set a plan, being able to carry out that plan. Because I mean, you don't just stumble upon success, right? You don't just become a millionaire overnight. I mean, unless we're playing lotto, then you can actually get rich No, but overnight. Even with lotto, you first have to go play. Yes. You first have to dream about those numbers. Oh, yeah. Some people say they dreamed about that numbers, right? So now, I think like taking the deliberate action, you're quite right, right? No one is going to wake up and go play lotto for you, right? So now taking deliberate action is actually getting up and actually taking the steps that bring you closer to your dreams, right? Now we're not talking about entrepreneurs, we're not talking about being working for someone, we're not talking about anything of that. We're talking about success in totality, right? True. Success is something that I believe that success is something that you actually dreamt about, something that you saw. I mean, walking to a shop could be success, right? You were successful in walking to that shop. So now when you're taking deliberate action, right, it's taking deliberate action to reach to your success. True. What do you think deliberate success is to you? Deliberate action to me, as you said, it is that it talks about that action. Yeah. Deliberate action is all about action. So it's you doing something, making that vision coming into play, coming alive. So now this is what sets, hence I said, this is what sets dreamers from actually achievers. Okay. Because now we're living in a society whereby there's full of, problems aren't going anywhere. And we should have this thing in mind that whenever there's a problem, we should be actually looking for the solution, not actually complaining. Complaining could be the first place, the first step, and then now, but what follow-ups are we doing to actually solve that problem in particular? Are we going to complain about the same problem for 20 years, for 30 years, for 40 years, or is there action that's going to be taken? So now, let me give you an example with our YouTube channel. We've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. We've talked to somebody who also wanted to do the YouTube channel. They were telling us about getting a studio. They were telling us about getting our proper mics and all of that. But now, 5 years have passed. We thought about this like, okay, we have so much content to share with the world. And then it was like, no, let's do it now. You know, we're always talking about the now. Yes, I mean, it's like planning for a long time. You're taking deliberate planning, right? True. There's no action with that. So now deliberate planning needs to actually include deliberate action. Because now, True. If you only have deliberate planning, it only stays as a plan, right? True. You don't actually get that fulfillment of reaching that success. True. Yes. So now the next question that I'd like to ask you and also our viewers is, why is deliberate action important? What is the significance of deliberate action? Deliberate action, I think like deliberate action is important because it's what gets you to that place. True. Right? It's what gives you the experience to reach that place. True. Deliberate action actually takes you to where you wanna be. Because now, take for instance, right? You wanna move from here to maybe go to town, right? In your quest to going to town, if you do not have an action, right? If you do not actually get out of the house and go to town, you're not taking deliberate action. Therefore, you won't get to the place that you want to be. Let's put it in terms of wealth, right? If you want to be wealthy, right? We've been planning to be wealthy, right? But now, if you're still doing the things that you were doing that were not helping you to get to where you want to be, you're not actually taking deliberate action, right? So say for instance, you have 1,000 bucks in your account, right? And you want to actually invest it in some sort of investment vehicle, right? You need to have that deliberate action to take that money and actually put it in that investment portfolio, right? So now if you're only going to take that 1,000 and go spend it on something else, you're taking a deliberate action to actually sabotage your success, right? But now once you take that money, that 1,000 bucks, and invest it, that's a deliberate action you're taking to actually bring you closer to your success or dream.
True.
What is it in your point? What do you think it is? Why is it important?
We're talking on our YouTube channel, we talk about how potential is infinite. So now what makes people to actually tap into that term whereby they know and they're expressing that potential that's infinite is the deliberate action part. So now I think what will actually make it more impactful is that, okay, we're delivering on a particular mandate. So now that's when you question the quality of the deliverance. Because at the end of the day, you want to deliver and also improve. So as we did say, we started our YouTube channel, we're like, okay, let's deliver now. And then as we go on, we'll improve to get to that promised land where we want to go.
Okay.
So for me, I think deliberate action is actually the linking bridge from us to where we are right now to unlocking potential, which is infinite.
I like that, unlocking potential to infinite, right? It sounds really sweet. It sounds really sweet. So now when do you actually start taking deliberate actions?
For me, deliberate action starts with the vision. You have to have a vision. It all starts with the vision. If there's the seed that's planted within your brain or within your dreams or your intuition is actually talking to you that you should be great, that's when it starts.
Okay.
Once you start believing that, okay, I have this dream and not that I have to, I need to make it happen. It's not only for me, but for my future generations. Deliberate action starts there and then.
Okay.
And for you?
Well, for me, deliberate action, I see deliberate action taking as a process, you know. So now in your deliberate planning, I know we first started talking about deliberate planning, right? So now the deliberate planning, it's actually important. Why is it important? Because now you need to know where you're actually going to go, right?
Sure.
Say for instance, what you said is that you're actually going to need a plan to actually, you need a vision, right? You need a vision to know where you want to be, right? So now say for instance, our trip to going to town, right? So now we said we had a vision of going to town, right? So now in that vision to going to town, we need to have a proper plan, right? We need to see how much it's going to cost us to get to town. We need to know the person we're going to meet to town. Because now you can't just say, okay, I want to go to town, right? You need to know who am I going to meet to town and what am I trying to achieve in going to town, right? That's the deliberate planning. Then the deliberate action is actually taking the action of going outside the house and going towards what you want, right? Okay, let's put this into context in terms of in your success. How do you actually get deliberate planning, right? It's actually looking at what you want to do, right? After looking at what you want to do, you actually plan on who will help you to get towards your success, right? After seeing who will help you, you actually contact them every day, man. You need to contact them every day. If you haven't scheduled an appointment, schedule it now. Perseverance, right? Until that person actually makes an appointment with you, right? So now it sometimes happens that, oh my God, you're starting to look like a stalker. You need to have a way whereby you can actually talk to the person without seeming like a stalker. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%. 100%.
After there, you actually go for it. After there, you go for it.
Man, based on what, just to summarize from my point of view, based on what we said, is that it starts with the vision. So after the vision, you have to write it down.
Yes.
After writing it down, implementation. Now, if you have, this is what I want to put out there, if you have a dream that's unrealistic to others, your energies towards the dream should also be unrealistic. So now what we're saying is that if I'm telling people that I want to become a billionaire,
Okay.
if I'm telling people that I want to become a property mogul, my energies that I'll be investing towards this dream needs to be aligned.
Yes, they need to match.
So my deliberate vision needs to be aligned with my deliberate plan, and that needs to be aligned with my deliberate action.
Okay.
The energies should be linked.
Implementation.
That's it.
Oh no, well, really liked the video on deliberate action.
Deliberate action on a Monday. That's how we start off our Mondays. Deliberate action.
Consistency in your deliberate action. Take consistency in your deliberate action. Your dreams will not be actually discovered tomorrow, right? You can't say that today I want to be a millionaire. Tomorrow you are one, right? Deliberate action consistently.
Consistently so.
Right? Nongwell signing
Signing out.
out.